Hey guys, it's Caroline here, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can update your Kajabi template, landing page templates, and add custom fonts above and beyond Google's font presets that already come with the template. So this tutorial does require a tad of coding, but I'm going to make it supersonic simple for you, right? And give you the code, right? But I want you to watch carefully as I step through the different steps on how to make this happen. So let's just give you some context very quickly. I'm in a Kajabi template. This is a custom landing page template that I made, right? The same as any Premiere template or anything like that. It's a webinar template. I just have a few bells and whistles like flashing buttons and stuff like that to help conversions. It's part of my pretty pipelines packages products that I have. And the issue is if you go under typography, right, the same as any template guys, any Premiere template guys, you can choose what headings you want, what fonts you want to show up on your page. So for instance, if I want this Anonymous Pro, okay, I would save that and see how the font heading here was going to change. Don't really like that font. Okay, so I can change the font however I want it to be. I can also change the font family for the main font on the page. So there's a heading font and then there's a main font. So do you see how I've changed all the headings here? And I'm going to keep it like that so you see the stark difference. But this is not adding to the pizzazz of this particular template. So I know that I need to change this font, and I've seen some beautiful fonts that I like. I usually go to a site called Hungry JPEG. I have an example here, but unfortunately it's down for maintenance, so you can't really see. But I have awesome fonts here, guys. Fonts as cheap as $1. So usually I wait for them to be on special, and then I download all the fonts I want, and they allow you to use it commercially as well. So Hungry JPEG is a great place to get custom fonts. Okay. Now, how do you install these custom fonts? So whether you've got it from Hungry JPEG, Creative Market, there's so many different places you can buy custom fonts, right? How do you install it into your template? Well, let's go back to the coding area. So I'm going to go to the actual template. So I'm in the pages view and I've got this template here. So I'm going to go here to custom, well, it's not the customizer drop down, and we're going to edit code, guys. And so the first thing that we need to do is upload the template files. Very important. If you don't upload these files, you're not going to be able to do this. So what template files should I upload? Well, when you download these fonts, they usually come in a zip file. And when they come in a zip file, they can be uncompressed, okay, or unzipped, depending on what platform you are on. Mac, you can decompress it, and or you can use something like WinZip to unzip it if you're on a PC. And you typically get a couple of folders. So you got the font folder here, and so I'm in Milk Child, and then you'll get a couple of files, okay, that go in the font folder. So here you've got an OTF and a TTF, right? If I was in another folder here, sometimes you get the fonts here, and there'll be quite a few. You just want the TTF or the OTF, right? Sometimes they have a WOFF, WOFF. These are different custom font formats that can be used on different platforms, right? You don't have to use all of them, all right? But I know that a TTF does really well, and a WOFF does very well, WOFF, right? So you look inside the folder to see what you have. So for instance, I'm going to put a Milk Child one up. So we've got an OTF and a TTF, right? So that's what we're going to use, right? So typically I take the TTF file first, right? You will upload the TTF file. So how would you do that? You would go to assets, the assets folder, upload asset, and then just choose file, navigate to the folder, find the TTF file, and upload that, right? You can also upload the WOFF file or the OTF, but I just start with the TTF, okay? All right, so I've already done that here. So if you look through my folder structure, you're going to see that I already have somewhere. I should have a milk child in here somewhere. There you are. Milk child TTF. You're not going to see any code in it. It's a custom font file. So now we've got the custom font installed in the assets folder, guys. We are now going to go to our second area, which is the index file under the template folder. So why are we going here? We are going here because we need to reference the file that we just uploaded. The template file needs to know that there is a new custom font file that needs to be referenced, right? And so we go into the index.liquid file, and anywhere between the head tag, right? Inside the head tag, your open and close head tag. So I like to go to around line 25, okay? You reference the file here. So this is where we're going to take some code, right? So I have a little help sheet here, and you're going to take this code. So here you go. And I'm going to talk you through this code. A little bit of coding, guys. You just follow the steps and you should be good, okay? So therefore, I have, first of all, you have an open and close style tag. So you paste that in there. So I could just have it like this. See what I mean? Open and close style tag. Make sure that you're not adding a script tag. Script tags do something different. We're installing a custom CSS. That's what we're doing at the moment. So it's an open and close style tag. And then within this style tag, you put the CSS declaration for font face, okay? So I like to indent things. That's why I'm just tidying it up here. So you don't have to type all this out. I'm going to give this to you, all right? I'm going to give this to you in the instructions of wherever you see this tutorial. There should be a link where you can actually get this, or I'll put a link out to CodePen where you can copy the code, okay? There you go, font face, okay? Font family is the name of the font, okay? It's very important that you call it something because you need to reference this. And in here, you put the name of the file that you uploaded to the assets file folder, and then the asset URL. So this stays the same. This gives you the actual path to the assets folder. This just gives you the actual file name. So when this is interpreted by the browser, it will give you the full path to the location of that file. So this is a piece of code that Kajabi uses to figure out what folder we're talking about. And this is just the name of the file in the folder. And this font family property here has the name of the actual font, whatever we're going to be calling it, right? Very important. If you don't have this, it's not going to work. And it goes in with a style tag. A quick gotcha here is if you added a script tag, it would not work, okay? And this whole declaration goes within the open and close head tag. Anywhere within there will work nicely, okay? I'm just keeping it with the other style sheets to keep it all nice and tidy. And again, I will give you this font, but I will give you this declaration. You just need to know what to change for your font, which namely is going to be the name of the file that you uploaded and the font family name. So you give it the name of what the font is. And it's important because I'm going to tell you how this font family name links to the third step that we're about to create now. So you save, make sure you save, okay? Make sure that everything is okay. And a little tip that I do is if you are unsure, before you even actually start to edit this file, you can click on in the text, Control A or Command A to select everything, Control C or Command C to copy everything, and you can paste this code in a notepad editor or a text editor, okay, to keep it safe in case you break something, all right? You can also go back to your previous version if you feel like you broke something, right? So there's different ways to do this, but beware, you are changing live code, and if you break something in here, you will get errors on your front end, okay? So you need to be careful and make sure that you're not leaving off any tags or anything like that. But that wasn't to scare you, that's just to give you a quick primer on changing code and how that works and do my due diligence there. But not to worry, tech is not scary, it's your friend. It helps you make lots and lots of money. All right, And so now we're going to go to step 3. And step 3 is to change the configuration file. Now, why are we doing this? Remember I showed you in the customize area, when you went to click on settings and typography, there's a drop down that you can select the different Google fonts that you prefer to use in your template. Remember that? Showed you at the beginning of the tutorial. Well, this allows you to, when we go to the config folder and settings schema.json, because there's quite a few setting files, so make sure you're on the right one. Settings schema.json, right? This is a JSON configuration file that is used for quite a few of the properties in the admin area. Like when I say the admin area, in the sections area and the administration area, settings area of your templates. Okay, and right here we are going to navigate. We're going to look for around line 45. There's something that says font select. If you can't find it, what would you do? You could do Control F and type in font select, and it would help you find the different, what you were looking for. So font underscore select, or just click to line 45 and you'll be able to find it. All right, around line 45. And what we're looking for is heading font family. So again, if you're not quite sure where to find it, you could do Control F and try or Command F, heading font family, and it would take you to the area in the file that you need to be, as long as it's around line 45 in the JSON, in the settings schema.json file. You're in the right place. Now this controls the font for any headings that you have on your page. There's also an area that controls the font for any body text that you have on your page, right? But we are not controlling that in this tutorial. I just want to have options for the heading. See, if you went to line 67, this controls the font family for the base font of the page, which is the normal text of the page outside the headings. I'm just changing the headings, but in the same way you could change the base font, right? So again, we're at line 45, and you can see what it says preset. Well, that line gives you all the different drop down options, should I say, for Google fonts. And in options here, we can add any extra custom font that we want. So that's what we're going to do. It's a line. It's basically a line of JSON code, which is called a new JSON object, but you don't have to worry about the technical term. I'm going to take it from here. Okay. I'm going to take one from here and I'm going to paste it in between the square brackets where it says options. Now, be very careful when you do this. I'm pasting it in, but I'm going to change some stuff. First of all, I have a trailing comma. You must take it off. Trailing commas are only used if you have different fonts that you want to appear in the drop down. So maybe I had 2 or 3 fonts, okay? Because you can install multiple fonts, multiple custom fonts to one template. So if I was to do that, I would have different drop down declarations here. And the last one, you must take the trailing comma off, otherwise you're going to get an error. The page probably won't save. But as I only have one drop down, extra drop down selection that I want, I only need one here. So I'm going to take the trailing comma off there. Now you need to change this. Where it says label, it should be the label. It should be the label that you're going to see in the drop down. So I want to have milk child. Okay. There. That's what it's going to be called for me, milk child. And then right here, okay, let me just quickly go and show you here. Right here, it should be the name here. Do you see where it says here? It says sweet. I'm going to change that. It should be the name that you applied to your font face. So I think it was called milk child. And I tell you why. Let me just show you exactly what value goes here. It must be, let me show you this, guys. Don't miss this. If you go back to the index.liquid, it must be the name of your font family here. You see there? It must be the name of your font family here. Okay? If they are not the same, it's not going to work. So it says milk child here. That's the very name that you would put here as the value of this area here. So to make sure you're not making a mistake, you can just even copy it and paste it here. So these two must match. All right. And that's it, right? You save. Let's just make sure that we can save that. Save that. And hopefully there's no errors. If there's any errors, you've probably not pasted in a bracket, or you've forgotten to take off a trailing comma or something like that. Remember, you can always go back to your previous version, or you can do a backup before you start you start moving around or changing any code, and then paste that back in. All right. And so now we are ready to go and look at the custom. So I always look at the customizer in a new tab. Now we can go back and see what's happening. Now, so you see we are still with this font that we don't want. Go back to the settings area, go to typography, and go to your heading font family. And now this time, if you drop down, you'll see an extra font here, which is the label, the value, the name that you put in the label, the name of the font that you put in the label. Remember, there's label and value. You named it something, so this is what it is, right? You'll see it here. This is where it correlates to here, right? The value is the value in the font family. It doesn't have to be the same as the label, but the label is what you're going to see in the drop down here. And I have installed my custom font called Milkchild, and that's what I would like my headings to be. So all I do is I change it here. Okay, once you change it, you save it. And now I have a different custom font throughout my whole page. Anywhere I have a heading, my heading is now a custom font. This is not a Google font. This is a Hungry JPEG custom font that I installed, and it gives my page that extra lift, that extra classy look and feel that I want for my webinar registration page. And that makes me very happy. Okay, so I'm just going to save this. And, maybe we can preview it so you can see. Now you have a different look and feel. Do you see how a custom font can really change your branding, can give you your signature look, right? It's a great way to do it if you've got custom fonts. Not that Google fonts aren't good, but I don't think Google fonts have the most variations, or the choices in cursive fonts, which I like to give a page a lift, right? So that's how we did that. And you can always change it back. If you say you don't want that custom font anymore, you can just change it again here, and I can change it to something else and it will go, right? Now, no, I didn't change the custom font for this base font family, but I did show you how to do it. You would just actually go back to the configuration file and put the custom font declaration in the, the actual snippet of code that I showed you. You would add this in the same way under the base font family area. Okay, so you will go here to the base font family. You would take something like this. I'm going to show you, but I don't really want to do it. But I'm going to show you just this so you can see how it works, right? So do I want to change my base font family to be all cursive? But let's have a laugh and see what would happen, right? So I've already got base font family there. So I've got some custom fonts there. You would just put your custom font there. And what would happen here? Base font family, I could go in there and change it as well if I wanted to. And then all my base font will be changed. Oh, so the whole page would be really hard to read. It would look like, somebody was writing with a quill pen all the way through your font, and I'd find that really hard to read, so I wouldn't do that. Okay, and you put the base font back to how it should be, because that's not what I want. Help, let me get you back. I just wanted to show you that you have options, guys, and options are always a cool thing. So I think it was on Open Sans, or put that back. So I just want that actual page lift to be on the headings. Well, guys, I hope that has helped. This tutorial shows you how to install custom fonts to your Kajabi landing pages. This is a landing page template. You can also do it to website templates, but I did not show you that today. I showed you a simple Kajabi landing page template, how you can install a custom font to the template, to the landing page. Okay. Now, what will happen is if you want to use this template, or if you want to use this custom font for different pages, just clone the actual page and you can use this as a base kind of template to make all your different pages and to keep your branding congruent. Okay, so I hope that's been really helpful for you with regards to the code. Typically, wherever you see this tutorial, if it's on YouTube, if you look in the description, I'll put a link so that you can get access to this kind of code here, so that you don't have to type it out yourself, but the tutorial will show you what parts of that code to change. Don't just take this code and paste it and expect it to work. You've got to change the code to reference your own files and the name of your font face that you are adding. But apart from that, it's totally doable, guys. Totally doable, right? Well, if this video gave you any clarity, if it helped you, I would really appreciate if you could pay me back in the form of engagement, likes, follows, subscribes, that kind of stuff. Really fuels me to keep on making more videos to help you. If you see this on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe so that you can get access to all the other tips and tricks I'm going to be giving you, free tips and tricks that's going to help you make the most out of your Kajabi setup. All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope you found this really helpful, and bye-bye for now.